Hey guys, we are at the follow-up doctor visit to the one previously before this one to check my tittles.
Please.
And I don't know why, but I'm actually kind of nervous. I just looked up exactly what I'm gonna do. It's called an echoscopy, and it's basically like a scan to see if all the things are where they should be and if there's any problems. From the first test, they recommended this one. So this one is like, I guess, the definitive test.
Exactly. Just to confirm that everything is okay. So on the surface, everything is fine, but they definitely recommend checking what like hands cannot touch and eyes cannot see on the outside. So,
yeah. So
it'll be okay, everything.
I think it'll be fine. It's just an overwhelming day and these overwhelming doctor visits and processes.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Your head smells like coffee.
Really? It's from my breath.
No, but this is serious though. Like we have to see how this goes, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys want to know how nice we are, someone with like major pain just jumped the line in front of us and we're like, please go, cause
Yeah, she just asked if we could let this younger guy go before us because he's having like pain that could be linked to his appendix.
Yeah.
So of course we were gonna say go because
and we're not in a rush or anything. We didn't even drive here, so
yeah, it just makes me even more nervous though, and I hope that that guy is okay.
Yeah.
I hate hospitals now. It's funny because when I was growing up, I would be in and out of the hospital all the time. And I remember once when my mom took me to the hospital in Portland, I always had problems with gastroenteritis. Yes, so I've been having gas for a long time.
So nothing changed?
Because I think it's more bacteria than gas because I used to suck my thumb when I was younger. And I think I used to play in the dirt a lot. So imagine playing in the dirt and sucking your thumb. So
and you eat your fingernails.
Back then, I don't know if I was eating fingernails. I was like this and picking out my belly button. Like every day you see me, this is what I'd be doing. So I think that eventually I just get sick all the time. And I remember once my mom brought me to the hospital and I was very scared of being in the hospital. And my mom said, don't worry, I'm gonna sleep with you by your bedside. And I fell asleep with my hand holding on to my mom. And because I was young, they put me in like a crib. I was probably like 4 or 5. And they put me in a crib and my mom's like, don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you. I woke up, she was gone. And I was devastated. I was completely devastated because she left me and she brought me there on an emergency because I had no clothes with me. And when I woke up, the nurses, they were so nice. The nurses at the hospital, they took care of me and they gave me some like donated clothes to put on. And then my mom came back, she saw me in other people's clothes.
She shouldn't have left. That's what should have happened.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I was so scared.
I guess she had at least one more kid to attend to other than you, so.
I mean, but I was always in the hospital. I remember that. And look at me. Some 20-something years later, I'm still in the hospital. But anyways.
Thankfully by choice, not because you're like, you need like an emergency surgery like this guy potentially does, so.
I feel swollen. Like, look at my face. It just looks big. Oh, take it away, please.
Alright, I guess we have some time, so we'll catch up with you soon. So, we finally made it home.
Yep.
So, we have news, I guess, that are not the greatest, and it seems to be a theme for us these days where we have bad news and then we get some more
bad news.
Yeah, so it's
at this point I just feel like what's the point of it all? So I guess I won't even drag it out any longer, but basically when I just did the echoscopy, so I just did the ecoscopy, and basically while she was doing it, I realized that she kept coming back to this side of this breast, and she kept going over and over and over again. And I heard her telling I guess her assistant something, and the assistant basically was writing down whatever she was saying, but she was speaking in Lithuanian, so I didn't fully get everything. And then she switched over to English, and she basically told me that she found a tumor there. And she said it's a small one, and they aren't really able to say much more until I go back to the doctor that basically sent me there.
Right.
So,
because her job is to do the ecoscopy, not necessarily to give like
the diagnosis.
Yeah.
And I feel like until a biopsy is done, then you can't really tell if it's malignant or benign. So that's basically where we're at. And I don't know, man, it just feels like one bad news, one sad story after the other. When we decided to go down this route and I guess document this process, we did not expect
this part, at least.
Not this.
Yeah.
And we didn't expect so many things to just keep popping up. It's like, I don't know, man. Simas said, like, to me today, before we found this out, like, I get into this mood where I just start feeling sorry for myself. I go lay down, I go be sloppy and sad about it. But right now, that's all I feel like I can do. It's probably not the best thing to do, but I just feel tired. Like, I feel like I have no fight left in me to fight. Because, okay, I get my diagnosis of PCOS, right? I get it. It was something that I knew for the past 6-7 years. But that's something I feel like, okay, I know when the time comes for us to try to have a baby, it's probably going to be a bit difficult. And I remember saying that to you all the time, and you're like, you just got to be positive, man. You don't even know what's going to happen. I'm like, listen, this is what it is. I know that this is going to be the case. That I can understand, and that I can say, I'll try my best to remain positive about this situation. But it's like life just keeps throwing these different things at me, and like I feel like I have nothing left.
I don't have much to say, honestly. It sucks. It sucks that it feels like it's like an unnecessary obstacle in a battle that we didn't sign up for, but I guess that's probably how everybody else feels, that anytime they get some concerning news like that, it's like why? Why is this even a problem for me? You know? But now that we have this news, we do have to take the next step and figure out what's happening. So no matter how down and like out you might feel, it's not something that we could just leave alone, ignore, and move on with our lives. So
right.
We have to. Then the next problem is this lady doctor that is supposed to treat you is not available until like 2 months from now, because apparently she's going to be going away for a bit because she's a doctor and she has a vacation or something. And it doesn't have to be her that does it, but they recommended seeing the same person. But it, again, anybody that's looking at the biopsy and the notes should be, not biopsy, sorry, the ecoscopy results and the notes should be able to understand, like, okay, there's a problem here. What do we do?
And, you know, the funny thing is, when we first saw the fertility doctor, they recommended us to go get this done. And we didn't go because we were waiting for something else to happen, and that didn't happen either.
Right.
So everything got put on hold because something else was on hold. And we finally went and we did it. And then we were even debating when the doctor said, oh, you know, you can go follow up with the ecoscopy after we did the mammology visit. And
we're like, what's the point? Like,
yeah,
isn't
we're like, why do we even need to go?
And she's like, oh, I highly recommend doing it. Like, okay, let's get it done.
Yeah, because I don't know. And we decided, okay, let's book the appointment. We booked it, and now here we are.
Yeah. So, until the next challenge, I guess.
Anyways, guys, I mean, I don't mean to come here and just be sad, because you know, like, the type of content that we make. We try to be as happy as possible, as positive as possible. But I feel like sometimes there is this big weight on our shoulders, or on my shoulders, to be positive and to be happy and to remain like bright. And it's impossible to be in that state all the time. And I know we aren't the only people that are going through things. I'm sure that you guys have things that you are going through too. So I wish you luck in whatever situation that you may have found yourself in. And I guess until the next doctor's visit, until the next update.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.